Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the Usrpung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's men's Ohio Athletic Conference basketball action on tap tonight as the Yellow Jackets play host to their cross-county rivals, the John Carroll University Blue Streaks, who come in riding a 6-game winning streak and ranked number 24 in the latest D3Hoops.com poll. This John Carroll team making their final trip to Berea for a regular season game as an Ohio Athletic Conference foe. The Blue Streaks are set to join the North Coast Athletic Conference after the 2024-2025 academic year is out. So this is their final trip to Usrpung as an OAC foe. They are looking to keep the good times rolling. You look at what they've done recently. 8 straight games overall in the conference. They've been on a roll as well with 6 straight wins in Ohio Athletic Conference play. They're coming off of a 91-64 victory at Muskingum on Saturday. Before that, they defeated Heidelberg at home by 7, 77-70, and Capital and Otterbein back-to-back on the road within 4 days. 2 trips down I-71 way, 71-59 at Otterbein, 82-68 at Capital. Baldwin Wallace on the other side of things, looking to break a 2-game slide after beating Wilmington 61-58 on January 11th. They've dropped 2 straight to Mount Union at home and Marietta also at home. They are trying to get to the 500 mark overall and take one step closer to the 500 mark in a home play. Baldwin Wallace comes in with a 7-8 overall record. They are 4-5 on the home deck here at Usrpung Gymnasium. They're 3-5 in Ohio Athletic Conference play, 2-3 in OAC home tilts. Where you look at the John Carroll University Blue Streaks, 11-4 overall, a perfect 5-0 on the road, 6-2 in Ohio Athletic Conference play, and a perfect 3-0 in Ohio Athletic Conference road games. This is a team hungry for more success. They started with 3 straight wins, and they had a 4-loss stretch where they lost to Johns Hopkins, Emory, Mount Union, and Ohio Northern by a point. And since then, they have been on an absolute tear. They've beaten Marietta. They went down to a very difficult place to play, Hampden-Sydney, for their pre-Christmas tournament appearance, and they handled business against the Tigers 74-61, and then beat Washington and Lee the next day by 25 points, 86-61. Just an outstanding performance by the Blue Streaks down in Virginia, and they have ridden that streak all the way to an 11-4 record and what they hope will be a 7th conference win. And standing in their way, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets that are looking to get right in the win column once more, as it's been a little bit of time since they've been able to do that, since January 11th, the last time this Yellow Jacket team tasted victory. They would very much like that streak to come to an end. Whereas John Carroll's trying to keep pace with Mount Union in the Ohio Athletic Conference standings. They're 1 game behind. They're in a 3-way tie for second place with Heidelberg and Muskingum. And technically they lead both of those teams based off of head-to-head meetings, as they've won both of the meetings with Heidelberg and Muskingum to this point. They still have another round to go in OAC play. And the game against Heidelberg was particularly close. The Muskingum one was not, but Muskingum having one of their best seasons in recent memory. Baldwin Wallace currently sitting in a 7th place tie with Ohio Northern University, and they won that first meeting against Ohio Northern by a 69-67 count. Right now we're going to turn things over to the PA announcer for the national anthem and then the starting lineups as the John Carroll Blue Streaks and Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets get set to renew their rivalry one more time as members of the Ohio Athletic Conference. Hello, everyone, and welcome back into the Usrpung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center. Matt Florjancic on the call of today's Ohio Athletic Conference men's basketball game between the John Carroll University Blue Streaks and Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. John Carroll will be in blue with gold and a white trim down the sides. The numbers written in gold on the front and back, trimmed in white. And John Carroll written across the front of their jerseys. The Yellow Jackets in gray with brown and gold trim down the sides. The Yellow Jacket logo on the chest. The numbers in white, trimmed in brown. John Carroll going left to right in the first half. BW will go right to left, and John Carroll will control the tip-off. It goes to Luke Frazier on the left wing. Out front to Chase Toppin. He'll send it over right side to Henry Rayner. Rayner back to Frazier. Into the low post it goes. And Will Jantek will get the shot up off the window and in for a quick 2-0 lead for the Blue Streaks. Hamilton the other way in the corner, passes to Ellington, who swings it over to Baskerville on the left side of the floor. Baskerville between the circles, sends it over to Reynolds. Reynolds over to Postello. Postello in the post. Working against Jantek. Hook shot up, and it's out of bounds. Turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Toppin will run point for the Blue Streaks, working against Baskerville for the Yellow Jackets. It'll get swung over to Jantek. Jantek looking into the post to Rayner. Rayner will get it, backing down Ellington, spins to his left. Hook shot with the right, too strong, rebounded by Ray Ellington. Ellington, A.J. Postello, Miles Reynolds, Braden Hamilton, and Titus Baskerville the fourth, the starting five for the Yellow Jackets. Ellington raises up for three, gets it blocked by Rayner. It's taken away by the Blue Streaks. Will Jantek, Chase Toppin, Luke Frazier, Aiden Fitzgerald, and Henry Rayner on the floor. And it'll be Rayner driving to the hoop, getting the layup to go, and he'll get one more coming from the line as he was fouled by Braden Hamilton. That's Hamilton's first. That's the first on the Yellow Jackets in the half. Rayner line to our right. Shoots it at a 68.2% clip. 30 of 44, make it 30 of 45. 66.7% on the season after missing the end one. It's 4-0 lead for the Blue Streaks. 90 seconds into the game. Baskerville out top. Sends it over to Ellington. He'll hoist a deep triple from the right wing. It's off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Luke Frazier. Frazier into the front court. Dribbles off left side. Checked by Braden Hamilton. Frazier steps into a deep three. Left it short. Rebound. Punched out and controlled by Baskerville. Baskerville up the floor to Ellington on the right wing. Ellington backs it out. Resets. On the dribble drive. Gets in the lane. Stops. Pops. And hits for the Yellow Jackets. That cuts the deficit to 2. John Carroll leads BW 4-2 with 17:50 left in the first half. Jantek with it on the baseline, gets it poked away, but it's controlled still by the Blue Streaks. That's Rayner with it. Hook shot up, no good. Postello there for the board. He outlets it far side to Reynolds. Reynolds into the front court. Gets to the top of the arc, pulls up from 18, knocks it down for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. And we're even at 4. Quickly the other way, Fitzgerald with it, over the top and on the right wing. Into the post it goes to Rayner. Rayner working against Ellington. Hook shot with the right hand from the baseline is up and in. Baskerville takes the inbound pass from Ellington. He'll put it on the deck and bring it into the front court. Off on the right side, he'll get a screen from Postello. Now he'll swing it all the way into the corner. Now to Ellington on the right wing for 3. Off the side of the rim and out. Rebound to Chase Toppin. He'll swing it far side to Frazier. And a stoppage in play. As Titus Baskerville, the fourth, picks up the foul. That's Baskerville's first. That's the second on the Yellow Jackets in the half. Rayner to inbound the basketball. Does so to Jantek, who hands immediately to Toppin. Toppin steps into a 3 from the top of the arc, buries it to put the Blue Streaks in front by 5. It's 9-4 in favor of the visitors with 16:35 left in the half. Reynolds out top, over to Ellington for 3 from the right wing. Got it! The Yellow Jackets answer the triple with one of their own, and they cut the deficit back to 2. Chase Toppin into the front court, driving against Baskerville, gets it up off the window and in with the left hand. 11-7. Blue Streaks in front. Ellington into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. Standing in the center circle, calling out a screen for Hamilton. Gets it into the corner now to Reynolds. He misses the 3. It's rebounded by Luke Frazier. Frazier brings it up for the Blue Streaks. Pulls up from the free throw line, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Ray Ellington. Ellington puts it up on the floor and moves up the court. Fakes a 3, gives it to Hamilton in the corner. Hamilton will fire up a deep triple off back iron. Rebound controlled by Aiden Fitzgerald. Chase Toppin into the front court. Thought about a 3, now will try to drive. He kicks it to Fitzgerald on the left wing on the drive. Outlets it to Jantek. Jantek draws a double team working against Postello. Goes up off the window, and it's in for the Blue Streaks. They lead it by 6, 13-7. Quickly the other way. Ellington with it for the Yellow Jackets on the right wing. Steps into another 3. Off the mark again, but Postello there for the board. Gives it to a cutting Ellington. Ellington throws it up and hits it. 13-9. Yellow Jackets trail by 4 with 14:50 left in the half. Jantek in the post, working against Postello. Spins to his left. It's sprung up in the air, and it's out of bounds off of the Blue Streaks. And John Carroll will send out 2 substitutions. It'll be number 15, Casey Hunt, the Sylvania Northview product. And checking in as well will be David Gentry, the Hudson native. They'll replace Toppin and Rayner, respectively, and Andrew Griffith and Braylon McClarty will check in for the Yellow Jackets to spell Braden Hamilton and Miles Reynolds. Griffith inbounds the basketball to Miles Reynolds, who brings it into the front court. Titus Baskerville subbed out for the Yellow Jackets. Reynolds will run point without him on the floor. Reynolds from the left wing on the drive. Gets it blocked by Aiden Fitzgerald. It's out of bounds off of the Blue Streaks. Ray Ellington underneath his own hoop will handle the inbound pass. He'll lob it into A.J. Postello. Postello puts it on the deck. He's working along the baseline. Spins to his left. Out to Griffith. Hoists a deep 3 from the top of the arc. Misses everything but the backboard, and it's rebounded by Luke Frazier. Frazier into the front court off left wing. Tries to drive into the lane. Kicks it out now. That's Hunt on the drive. But he gives it to Jantek. Jantek on the drive. Offensive foul as A.J. Postello ducks in front of Jantek and absorbs the contact. That's his first, and that's a first on the Blue Streaks. And 1 substitution to report for John Carroll will be number 1, Brandon Rose, the East Cleveland, Ohio native and a Gilmore Academy grad, checks in for the first time today. Timeout on the floor. It is a media timeout. And while we have this opportunity, want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket game against the John Carroll University Blue Streaks is being brought to you by University Hospital, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Bears Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game against the Blue Streaks of John Carroll on BWYellowJackets.com. Out of the timeout for the Blue Streaks, it's Hunt, Frazier, Rose, Gentry, and Jantek. The Yellow Jackets will counter with Griffith, Reynolds, Ellington, Postello, and McClarty. Griffith to inbound the basketball to Miles Reynolds. Reynolds will work up the floor against Rose. Send it out top to Postello. He'll send it over to McClarty on the right wing. McClarty trying to get the ball to Ellington. He'll give it to Postello, who feigns a handoff before passing to Reynolds. Reynolds on the dribble drive. Fade away from 13, up and in for the Yellow Jackets. That'll cut the deficit to 2. The Blue Streaks lead the Jackets 13-11. With 13:30 to go here in the half. Frazier off left side, hands off to Hunt. Hunt on a dribble drive, spins to his left, goes back right, misses the shot. Rebound tipped out, and it'll be last touched by the Yellow Jackets. And the Blue Streaks will inbound on the sideline. Coming in for the Yellow Jackets for the first time today, Isaac Richardson, the 6'5", 200-pound sophomore forward from Avon Lake. Jantek inbounds it to Frazier. Frazier dribbles off left side, gets the screen out top. Trying to drive once more to the right of the lane, misses a jumper. It actually hits the rim and then gets wedged in between the rim and the backboard. I've seen it get stuck there before, but I've never seen it hit the rim the way it did and then land in there. You don't see that every day. But nonetheless, the ball will come over to the Yellow Jackets, and it will be Richardson who will inbound it to Ellington. The Yellow Jackets got that ball via the possession arrow, so that will get flipped over to the Blue Streaks now as Griffith handles the ball on the left wing, gives it out top to Reynolds, who then drives back to the left wing. Out front to Richardson. He'll hand off to Ellington with 8 on the shot clock. Ellington steps back into a triple off the side of the rim, but McClarty is there for the board. He skips it out to Richardson for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped out and controlled by Griffith off of an Ellington deflection. Out to McClarty now. McClarty driving inside, kicks it into the corner to Richardson. Richardson drives out to Ellington with the pass. Ellington on the running jumper, misses it, and it's rebounded by Gentry. Gentry out to Chase Toppin, who's back into the game for the Blue Streaks. He'll fire up a deep triple and knock it down. 16-11. The Blue Streaks in front by 5 as we hit the 12-minute mark left in this first half. McClarty inbounds it to Reynolds. Reynolds into the front court. Dribbles out top. Backdoors a pass to Richardson. Turnaround layup altered by the Blue Streaks. It was Rayner who got a hand on it. Now Toppin the other way on the dribble drive. Loses a handle on it. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. It'll stay with the Blue Streaks with 22 left on the shot clock. The Yellow Jackets will send Titus Baskerville IV to the scorer's table to check in, and he'll sub out Miles Reynolds. Braden Hamilton will come in and spell Ray Ellington. Toppin inbounds it to Rayner. Rayner down low. It's Gentry with it. He gets stripped on the way up, and McClarty comes up with the loose ball. He outlets it far side to Baskerville. Baskerville into the front court. Out top to Griffith. Now to McClarty on the left wing. McClarty over to Richardson. Richardson on the drive. Goes up off the window. Misses the layup, but he'll get 2 coming from the line as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Rayner picks up his first. It's a second on the Blue Streaks in the half. Richardson goes to the line where he's 20 of 28 on the season. 71.4%. Richardson spins the ball, gives it 2 dribbles, aims, fires, and it rims out. Deficit remains at 5. Aiden Fitzgerald and Luke Frazier come back for the Blue Streaks. And Casey Hunt will take a seat along with Brandon Rose. Richardson trying to split the pair, and he will. He hits the back end of the 2-shot foul and cuts the deficit to 16-12 with 11-11 left in the half. Toppin with it out front between the circles. He'll dribble off right side, and an illegal screen is called against the Blue Streaks. Rayner picks up the foul. That's his second. That's the third on the Blue Streaks. And Rayner is probably going to spend some time on the bench as Will Yontak comes in for John Carroll. Baskerville catches the inbound pass, brings it into the front court near side. Gets a screen from Griffith. And kicks it into the corner to McClarty. McClarty on the drive. Scoop shot up off the window. No good. Rebounded by Chase Toppin. Quickly the other way to Frazier. Frazier out front to Yontek. Now to Toppin for three from the left wing. Left it short. Rebound to Andrew Griffith. He outlets it to Baskerville. Baskerville off to the left wing. And a foul is called on the Blue Streaks. It'll be against David Gentry. Costello comes back for Griffith. Gentry will take a seat after picking up his first foul, and he'll be spelled by Sean Collins, the 6'5 junior from Mentor, Ohio. Braden Hamilton, two inbound, too tight as Baskerville. Near side. It's a screen from Costello, gets all the way to the right wing. Now try to drive inside. Baskerville on the drive, running baseline jumper up off the window and in. That'll cut the deficit to two. Quickly the other way, though. The Blue Streaks on the drive. It's Luke Frazier picking up the foul. And he will be awarded 2 free throws. He leads the way for this Blue Streaks team. One of 5 players to average in double figures at 16.9 points per game. He shoots at 79.5% from the free throw line, 62 of 78 on the year. The Southpaw's first free throw is up, and it is good. Ellington comes back for the Yellow Jackets. He'll spell Braden Hamilton. And Frazier will go to the line once more to our right and complete the pair to push the advantage back to 4. 18-14. Blue Streaks in front of the Yellow Jackets as we near the midway point of this first half. Confusion between Richardson and Baskerville results in a turnover. Toppin the other way, misses the layup but gets undercut on his way up. And Baskerville will pick up the foul. That's his second. And that will put Chase Toppin at the line to shoot 2. Toppin, one of the other 4 players, I should say, for the Blue Streaks, along with Luke Frazier, who average in double figures. He's 11.3 points per game, and he shoots his 45.5% at the free throw line. Makes the first of 2. Reynolds will come in for Baskerville, who picked up his second foul. Toppin's second free throw is short. It's rebounded by Ray Ellington. Ellington puts it on the floor. Working against Toppin. Nearly got it stolen away, but gets it into the front court. Ellington gives it to Costello, gets it right back on a handoff to get him at the top of the arc. It's deflected, but McClarty keeps it for the Yellow Jackets on the left wing. Out top to Richardson. Richardson, one time on the deck, gives it off to Reynolds. Reynolds out to McClarty between the circles. He'll step back into a 3. Got it at the horn of the shot clock. Braden McClarty puts the Yellow Jackets within striking distance once more at 19-17. Aiden Fitzgerald around the screen, out top to Yontek. He'll hand off to Luke Frazier. Frazier on the right wing, steps into a triple, in and out, no good. Rebound, however, pulled in by Collins. He goes up off the window and in for the putback to restore the 4-point advantage. Reynolds into the front court, dribbles off left side. On the wing, passes out front to Richardson. Richardson surveys the court before giving it off to McClarty. McClarty on the right wing, on the drive, loses a handle on it. It's deflected out by the Blue Streaks, says the official on the baseline. And Baldwin Wallace will inbound it underneath their own hoop with 11 on the shot clock. Reynolds will inbound it. He'll lob it into Costello. It's batted away by Collins into the hands of Toppin. Back to Collins on the drive, up off the window and in, 23-17. John Carroll in front with 8:30 to play in the half. Reynolds looks to the bench after crossing midcourt for the play call. He'll get a screen from Ellington and send it into the corner to Richardson. Richardson down low to Postello. He's working against Jontek, going to his left, spins to his right. Turnaround hook shot up, no good. Rebound hauled in by Isaac Richardson for the Yellow Jackets. He'll give it out front to McClarty. McClarty over to Ellington on the left wing for three. Left it short as the shot clock was expiring, but McClarty hustles after the rebound and then gets tied up. Possession arrow will favor the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. Toppin takes the inbound pass from Sean Collins. Works his way into the front court, sends it over to Frazier on the left wing. Frazier on the drive, gets into the lane, spinning 14-footer up and in. 25-17, John Carroll in front by 8. 7:40 left in this first half. Ellington with it. On the drive now, gets in the lane, kicks it to McClarty for three from the left wing, in and out. Rebound to Collins. He'll hand off to Toppin. Toppin gets into the lane, dishes it at the last second to Jontek. Jontek gets tied up, and that's a turnover for the Blue Streaks as the Yellow Jackets get possession of the basketball. Rose and Gentry return for John Carroll to spell Fitzgerald and Collins. The Yellow Jackets will send Griffith to the scorer's table to spell Isaac Richardson. Griffith inbounds it to Reynolds. Reynolds working against Rose. Rose making him work the whole way up the floor. Gets a screen out top from Griffith. Reynolds gets around it, dribbles left wing. Now gets another screen from Postello to get to the right of the key before giving it to Griffith. Griffith looking for that entry pass into Postello, playing a high-low post game. Postello around Gentry, and Postello shuffled his feet before he could get a shot lifted. That's a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. And with that stoppage, we have a timeout on the floor. It is a media timeout, so while we have this break, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game is being brought to you by University Hospitals. Jasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Dana Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game on BWYellowJackets.com. 25-17 is our score. The visiting Blue Streaks lead the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets with 6:55 to play in this first half. Fouls are even at 4 apiece. The timeouts, each team still with all 6 of their respites still on the scoreboard. After the media timeout, McClarty, Reynolds, Ellington, Postello, and Griffith on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. Frazier, Gentry, Rose, Jontek, and Toppin on the floor for the Blue Streaks. Toppin dribbles off right side, gives it to Jontek, now to Frazier on the left wing. Frazier inside to Gentry. Gentry puts it on the deck, bodying up with Griffith. Griffith pokes it away. Now Gentry gets it back, ducks his shoulder, clears some space, misses a shot. It's rebounded by Miles Reynolds. Reynolds into the front court. Gets a screen from Postello. Out to Griffith on the left side, over to Ellington on the left wing. Ellington on a drive. It's stopped at the free throw line, kicks it out to Postello. Over to Griffith now on the left wing. Back to Reynolds out front. 8 on the shot clock. Reynolds splits a double team, throws up a 14-foot runner. He's off the mark. Rebound tipped out of bounds by the Blue Streaks. The Yellow Jackets will have 20 seconds now on the shot clock. Reynolds lobs it into Postello, and it's stolen away by Gentry, who gets sent to the deck by A.J. Postello. That's Postello's first. That's a fifth on the Yellow Jackets in the half. 6:01 left to play as the Blue Streaks take possession of the basketball, and it'll be Frazier who will bring it up. He dribbles off left wing. Kicks it over to Gentry. Gentry working against Ellington. Back out to Frazier for three from the left wing. Left it short. It's rebounded by Miles Reynolds. Reynolds dribbles out of a tie-up attempt. Gives it up to McClarty, who's up the far sideline, and gives it to Ellington. Not a Postello in the high post. Looking backdoor for a pass to Ellington. It's not there. McClarty on the drive. Picks up a foul against Luke Frazier. I should say draws the foul against Luke Frazier. Aiden Fitzgerald comes back for the Blue Streaks to relieve Brandon Rose. Reynolds lobs it in over Fitzgerald's reach to Postello. Gets it right back, and now on a drive. Reynolds up off the window and in. 25-19. Jackets cut the deficit to 6 with 5:20 to play in the half. Toppin dribbles off left side, hands it to Frazier. Now to Gentry out front. He'll send it right wing to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald into Jantek in the post. He spins baseline, gets it up off the window, and it's in. 27-19. The advantage back up to 8 for the Blue Streaks. Reynolds with it in the front court. Into that post it goes to Postello. He throws up a shot as he hits the deck, and it's off the mark. But A.J. Postello will go to the line to shoot two. He is 16 of 45 on the season. 35.6%. Postello line to our left. Toes the line, puts it on the deck twice, aims, fires, and leaves it back iron, no good. Sean Collins returns for the Blue Streaks. He will spell David Gentry. Postello's second attempt, up and good. 27-20, Blue Streaks lead by 7. 4:49 left in the half. Toppin brings it into the front court. Between the circles, passes right wing to Fitzgerald. Gets it back on the right wing now. Enters inside to Will Jantek. He'll square up the hoop, but he gets it poked away. Now a scramble for the basketball as it tips off of Postello and McClarty. It's picked up by Ellington of the Yellow Jackets. Ellington the other way. On the drive, pulls up from 13, left it short. Rebound to Luke Frazier. Frazier off from the left wing on the drive. Throws it up off the window, and it's in once more. 29-20. John Carroll in front. Reynolds running point for the Yellow Jackets. And an offensive foul is called against Andrew Griffith for an illegal screen. That's Griffith's first. That's the 6th on the Yellow Jackets. Toppin will check out, and he will be spelled by Casey Hunt. Frazier running point for John Carroll on this possession. Sends it over to Hunt. Now it gets reversed to Fitzgerald. It's punched out on an entry pass to Jantek. Now on a drive, it's Collins. And a jump ball is called, and possession will stay with the Blue Streaks. Casey Hunt will inbound it. He'll lob it into Jantek at the free throw line. Hands off to Frazier. Frazier on the drive, pulls up from 13, left it short. Rebound to Aiden Fitzgerald. He dumps a pass low to Jantek, who gets it up off the window and in. Not a whole lot of room for Fitzgerald to slide that pass in there, but he was able to complete it and turn it into a layup for Jantek. Ellington over to Reynolds on the left side. Now to Postello in the post. He'll throw up a shot that gets altered. He gets his own rebound back. Goes up once more, and he misses that one, but he's fouled by Will Jantek, who walks right away and lets Postello get up off the deck by himself. Postello, 1 of 2 on the day, came in shooting just over 35% from the free throw line. Makes the first of the 2. Cuts the deficit to 10. David Gentry returns to replace Will Jantek. Postello's second attempt up and good as well. 31-22. Blue Streaks lead the Yellow Jackets with 3:16 left to play here in the first half. Timeout, Yellow Jackets, and while we have this break in the action, I want to remind you once more that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game is being brought to you by University Hospital, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Dane Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game on BWYellowJackets.com. .316 left to go here in the first half. The Blue Streaks of John Carroll lead the Yellow Jackets of Baldwin Wallace 31-22. On the floor for the Blue Streaks, it's Gentry, Fitzgerald, Hunt, Frazier, and Collins. The Yellow Jackets answer with Ellington, Reynolds, McClarty, Griffith, and Postello. Frazier running point, sends it over to Hunt. Hunt on the left wing. Out front to Gentry, now to Fitzgerald between the circles. He'll put it on the deck with the left hand to get to the left wing. Now on the drive attempt, pulls up from 13, left it long, rebound tipped into the air, controlled by Collins. Goes up in traffic, up off the window, and muscles it in to put the deficit back into double digits for the Yellow Jackets. Reynolds up the far sideline. It's a screen from Postello. Draws a double team on the hedge. Now to Griffith on the left wing for 3. Banks it in for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. That cuts the deficit to 8, 33-25 with 2:22 left in the half. Frazier dribbles off right wing. Out front to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald puts it on the deck twice, gives it back to Frazier. Frazier in the corner. Dumps it for Gentry. He raises up from 10 and knocks down the jumper. It's a 10-point advantage once more for the Blue Streaks. Reynolds, right side. Sends a pass over to the wing to McClarty, into the post to Postello. Postello working against Gentry. Hook shot up with the left hand, no good. Rebound to Luke Frazier. Frazier drives all the way to the hoop the other way, and his floating jumper with the left hand is up and in for the Blue Streaks. They lead it by 12 as we hit 90 seconds left in this first half. Into the corner to Reynolds. Reynolds on the drive. Pulls up from 13. Tries to bank it in. It's no good. Rebounded by Collins, who gets fouled by Braylon McClarty on the reach in to try and get the tie up. Chase Toppin returns for the Blue Streaks to spell Casey Hunt as we walk to the other way for Sean Collins to shoot 1-1. Collins just 4 of 6 from the free throw line this season. Not a lot of looks as Isaac Richardson comes back for the Yellow Jackets. And Collins is off the mark with the first, doesn't get the second. It's rebounded by Ellington. He gives it off to Reynolds. Reynolds into the front court, dribbles off right wing. Now gets into the lane, kicks it to Richardson on the left side. He'll get a handoff right back. And Reynolds drives in from the left wing, ducks his shoulder, throws up a shot. It's missed, and it's rebounded by Aiden Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, near side pass to Frazier. Frazier spins to his right, goes up off the window, and he'll get 2 coming from the line as he was fouled by Braylon McClarty.
Foul number 15, Braylon McClarty gets second. Teammate to the line, shooting 2, number 5, Luke Frazier.
Frazier's first attempt up and in for the Blue Streaks. Braden Hamilton comes in for the Yellow Jackets to spell Miles Reynolds. Oh, check that. Now Braylon McClarty heads to the bench. So Reynolds will stay on and run point. Frazier's second attempt is up and good as well. 39-25. Blue Streaks in front by 14 with 43 seconds left here in the first half. Ellington off on the right side of the floor. Drives into the lane. Scoop shot up with the left hand, and it's in. The shot clock is off. The Blue Streaks can use it all. Toppin speeds into the front court and then calls for a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. While we have this break in the action, I want to remind you once more that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game is being brought to you by University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dane Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game on BWYellowJackets.com. Rayner, Toppin, Fitzgerald, Frazier, and Yontek on the floor for the Blue Streaks after the timeout. That's their starting 5. They'll be countered by Ellington, Richardson, Reynolds, Griffith, and number 0, Caden Madigan of the Yellow Jackets. Madigan, a sophomore guard out of Wadsworth, Ohio, who's seeing his first action in the game today. Foul is called on the Yellow Jackets. It's against Griffith. That's his second. That's the 9th on the Yellow Jackets. And Will Yontek will go to the line to shoot 2. On the season, he came into the game shooting 40 of 58 from the free throw line, 69%. And Hamilton will be sent to the scorer's table, along with A.J. Postello and Titus Baskerville the 4th. Richardson, Madigan, and Madigan will check out, along with Andrew Griffith. Yontek's attempt is up, and it is good. The Blue Streaks sent Sean Collins onto the floor before that free throw attempt. He's the lone reserve on the floor. As Yontek completes the pair and makes it a 14-point lead, 41-27. David Gentry comes back in. He'll spell Will Yontek. Ellington to inbound the basketball. And it's deflected out of bounds by Collins, who falls into the Yellow Jacket bench, and the Yellow Jackets do a good job to keep him from flying over and hitting the deck. Baskerville takes the inbound pass from Ellington. Baskerville quickly into the front court. At the top of the arc, lobs it into Postello, up off the window, and A.J. Postello gets the running layup to fall as he cuts the deficit to 12 with the Blue Streaks leading the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets by a 41-29 count. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half statistics for you and get you set for second half action between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and visiting John Carroll University Blue Streaks.
send them a pool directly from our stats, but we have a nice one. We just don't have it.
She sent it right to Holland.
Yeah, just that goes up. So that's the whole production. We just come in with that.
Yeah, I was going to send Holland. Probably use it. Probably actually the scoreboard at the bottom.
So then that scoreboard that you're seeing is you can put it on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the Usrpung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets are playing host to the number 24 team in the country, the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. And at the half, the visiting Blue Streaks lead it by a 41-29 count. Taking a look at the first half stats, leading the way for the Blue Streaks in points with 10 each. It's Luke Frazier and Will Janczak. Chase Toppin with 9. Sean Collins off the bench with 6. Henry Rayner with 4. And David Gentry with 2. The leading rebounder for the Blue Streaks is Luke Frazier with 6. He also has a team high 2 assists. The 2 steals out of 3 belong to Chase Toppin. Taking a look at the Yellow Jackets individually leading the way. Ray Ellington with 9 points. Miles Reynolds with 6. AJ Postello with 5. Braylon McClarty and Andrew Griffith with 3 each. Titus Baskerville the 4th with 2. And Isaac Richardson with 1. Ellington also leads their way in rebounds with 5, while Miles Reynolds has 2 of the Yellow Jackets' 4 assists. And Braylon McClarty has 2 of the Yellow Jackets' 3 steals. As a team, the Blue Streaks are 16 of 29 from the field, 55.2%, 2 of 6 from three-point range, 33.3%, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 70%. The Yellow Jackets are 11 of 34 from the field, 32.4%. They are 3 of 14 from three-point range, 21.4%, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 66.7%. Points off turnovers and in the paint, second chance opportunities, fast break scoring, and bench scoring all going the way of the Blue Streaks. 7-3 off turnovers, 26-14 in the paint, 6-4 in second chance opportunities, 9-1 in fast breaks, and 8-7 in bench scoring. The Yellow Jackets yet to lead in this game. The Blue Streaks have led by as many as 14. Their longest scoring run was a 6-point run that came at the 7:57 mark of the first half. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets went on a 4-point run that ended at the 17:29 mark of the first half. The game's been tied once, and John Carroll has led for 19 minutes and 24 seconds against the Yellow Jackets. Once again, our halftime score, 41-29. The Blue Streaks lead the Yellow Jackets. 3-point shooting will be key, as the Yellow Jackets have not had a problem finding open looks from three-point range. but finishing them has been a problem as the Yellow Jackets, again, just 3 of 14 from three-point range, 21.4%. They're 8 of 20 from the field, otherwise 40%, but that three-point shooting has their overall percentage down to 32.4%. Look at individuals with fouls. Nobody in real trouble yet, as 3 Blue Streaks and 4 Yellow Jackets, I should say, have 2 fouls apiece, as Henry Rayner, Will Yontek, and David Gentry each have 2 fouls. And for the Yellow Jackets, Braden Hamilton, Titus Baskerville IV, Braylon McClarty, and Andrew Griffith, each with 2 personal fouls. Something to watch out for as the game continues. Aiden Fitzgerald, Chase Toppin, Luke Frazier, Will Yontek, and Henry Rayner, the starting 5 on the floor for the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. Out of the halftime break, Titus Baskerville IV, Miles Reynolds, Ray Ellington, Andrew AJ Postello, and Braden Hamilton are on the floor for the Yellow Jackets, and BW will start with possession of the basketball here in the second half. It'll be Hamilton who will inbound it, and he'll get it into Titus Baskerville IV, who brings it into the front court, draws a hedge from Rayner, and swings the ball over to Ellington on the right wing. Ellington on the drive, up off the window, high off the window. It's no good. Rebound is going to be batted around, and a foul will be committed against Ray Ellington. And that's Ellington's first. That's the first on the Yellow Jackets in the half. Just 15 seconds in. Toppin with the basketball. Sends it over right side to Fitzgerald. Out front to Yontek, now to Frazier. Into Rayner. All 5 Blue Streaks touch the ball in this possession before Rayner with the sky hook drops it in for 2, 43-29 to match the largest lead of the night for the Blue Streaks at 14. Baskerville off on the left wing. Backs it out. Now throws it all the way to the right corner to Hamilton for 3. Got it for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. 43-32. Deficit down to 11. Quickly the other way. Frazier on the left wing. Enters it inside to Yontek. Yontek working against Postello. Loses his balance. Throws it away to Baskerville. Baskerville to the right wing. Now dishes it to Hamilton with a behind-the-back pass. Hamilton steps into a 3. Gets it blocked. It's rebounded by Postello. Postello scoop shot up with the left hand and misses off the side of the rim. It's rebounded by Henry Rayner. He gives it to Yontek, who sends it over to Frazier, near sideline. Frazier out at the top of the arc, trying to drive inside, dumps it to Yontek. Yontek throws it down with 2 hands and puts the Blue Streaks back in front by 13. Ellington up the far sideline, drives all the way to the hoop, stops, pops from 3 feet out, and buries the jumper to cut the deficit to 11. Top it into the front court, sends it over to Frazier on the left wing. Frazier on the dribble drive, gets in the lane, pulls up from 14, and knocks it down for the Blue Streaks. Quickly the other way, Rayner trying to steal the inbound pass, and now Baskerville full sprint the other way into the corner of Hamilton. Out to Ellington, he'll fire up a deep triple, knock it down for Baldwin Wallace. 47-37, Jackets trim the deficit to 10. 17:48 left to go here in the second half. BW 1 triple away from matching their first half total. They went 3 of 14 from long range in that first half. And now Baskerville picks up the cheap foul. Bodying up Chase Toppin. That's Baskerville's third. That's the second on the Yellow Jackets in the half. And Rayner will inbound the basketball for the Blue Streaks. He does so to Yontek, who quickly hands off to Toppin. Toppin out front to Frazier. Frazier pulls up from 17, and it rattles out. Rayner with the putback up off the window and in. 49-37. Blue Streaks lead it. Ellington near side. Dribbles up to the right wing. Now into the lane. Out to Reynolds. He'll hoist a deep three from the left side, and he knocks it down for BW. After going 3 of 14 from long range in the half, the Yellow Jackets have now started to warm up from three-point range a little bit. They're 3 of 4 here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. High-low game between Rayner and Toppin, and Rayner will get the layup to go. Putting the lead back up to 11. Quickly the other way, it's Baskerville between the circles. He'll dribble out to the left wing, give it up to Reynolds. Reynolds over to Hamilton on the right wing. Out front to Ellington. Now to Reynolds. Reynolds on the drive, throws up a runner, misses the shot, but he'll get 2 coming from the line as he was fouled in the act of shooting, much to the chagrin of the Blue Streak coaching staff. That's the first foul on the Blue Streaks. That's the third on Will Jantek. Reynolds on the year, 76.5%, 39 of 51 at the free throw line. The front end of the 2-shot foul is off the side of the rim and out. Griffith will check in for Baskerville. David Gentry will spell Will Jantek. Reynolds looking to split the pair. He can't. It's off back iron. Rebound to Henry Rayner. Rayner to Toppin. Toppin to Fitzgerald to get it back, and they go around the world into Gentry. Counted. He'll get one more coming from the line as he was fouled in the act of shooting. David Gentry will go to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play. He's an 83% free throw shooter, 39 of 47 on the year. The and one is up, and it is in. It's a 14-point lead once again for the Blue Streaks, 54-40. Isaac Richardson comes in for the Yellow Jackets. He'll spell A.J. Postello. Ellington inbounds it to Hamilton. Hamilton nearly lost the handle on it on the near sideline. And lost the handle on it again, but keeps possession. Gets it poked from behind by Frazier. Frazier throws down a left-handed jam on the feed from Aiden Fitzgerald. And that's the largest lead of the night for the Blue Streaks as they lead at 56-40 with 15:56 left to play in the second half. Timeout on the floor by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. And while we have this opportunity, want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game is being brought to you by University Hospitals, Trasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Fortuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game on BWYellowJackets.com. $15:56 left to play here in the second half. The Blue Streaks of John Carroll have opened up their largest lead of the night, 56-40. The Yellow Jackets committing 3 fouls here in the first 4+ minutes of the second half. The Blue Streaks with 1. BW has 4 timeouts left. John Carroll has 5. On the floor for the Yellow Jackets after the timeout, Ellington with Reynolds, Hamilton, Griffith, and Richardson. The Blue Streaks counter with Gentry, Rayner, Fitzgerald, Toppin, and Frazier. Ellington to inbound the basketball into the corner to Hamilton. Hamilton gives it to Reynolds. Reynolds showed sideline. Now he goes up the middle of the floor. Dribbles off left side. Now to Griffith out top for 3. Got it! 56 to 43. The Yellow Jackets cut the deficit to 13 with 15:35 left to play in the second half. Rayner into Frazier. He'll square up against Ellington, throw up a baseline jumper and hit. Luke Frazier is on some kind of roll here in the second half. Ellington trying to respond for the Yellow Jackets on the drive, up off the window, count it. He'll get one more coming from the line as he will get fouled on his way to the hoop. It's Gentry who picks up the foul. That's his third. That's a second on the Blue Streaks in the half. Brandon Rose spells Aiden Fitzgerald. Ellington, 28 of 36 on the season at the free throw line, 77.8%. Offline to our right. He'll put it on the deck once. Aim, fire, and leave it short. And a lane violation is called against the Blue Streaks, so Ellington will get another crack at the free throw line to our right to try and complete the and one. And he will. 58-46. Jackets within 12. 15-15 left in the half. Toppin sends it to Rayner, left wing. And once again to Frazier. He'll square up Ellington. He'll spin baseline, throw up a 15-footer, and it rattles out. The rebound, however, is pulled down by Brandon Rose. Out to Toppin. Toppin looking backdoor to Gentry, and Gentry finishes at the hoop to put the Blue Streaks in front by 14. Baskerville the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Into the arc, he dishes it to Reynolds in the corner. Reynolds to Griffith. Back to Reynolds on the handoff. Reynolds out front to Richardson. Richardson hands off to Ellington. Thought about a deep three. Now he'll dribble to the right wing. Throw up a runner on the baseline. It's blocked and taken away by Frazier. Frazier the other way. Gets into the lane, gets it poked away, and it's controlled by Reynolds. Reynolds into the front court. Off right side with a pass to Ellington on the wing. Ellington on the drive. Goes up off the window and in. 60-48. Jackets trail by 12 with 14-10 left to go in the second half. Toppin the other way. Dribbles off left wing. Gives it to Frazier. Out front to Rayner. We'll send it to Rose on the right wing. Rose enters it inside to Gentry, who squares up the hoop against Griffith. Gentry spins to his right. Loses a handle on it, and it's out of bounds. Off of the Blue Streaks. Ellington inbounds it to Baskerville. Baskerville working against Rose all the way up the floor. Baskerville from the left wing drives it into the lane, into the corner to Reynolds for three. Got it! Baldwin Wallace cuts the deficit to 9, 60-51. John Carroll is in front with 13:37 left in the second half. Timeout on the floor by the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. It will be their first charge timeout of the game. While we have this opportunity, we want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game is being brought to you by University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dane Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game on BWYellowJackets.com. The Yellow Jackets were 3 of 14 from three-point range in the first half. How about this for turning things around? 5 of 6 from three-point range in the second half. Toppin, Frazier, Gentry, Rayner, and Rose on the floor for the Blue Streaks. Foul on the floor. Isaac Richardson, that's his first. That's a fourth on the Yellow Jackets. And the Yellow Jackets will respond with Richardson, Reynolds, Baskerville, Ellington, and Griffith. Rayner catches the inbound, gives it to Gentry, off to Toppin. Toppin in to the post to Rayner. Back out to Toppin on the left wing. He'll hoist the three, got it. 63-51. Blue Streaks back in front by 12. Baskerville with it for the Yellow Jackets on the left wing. Dribbles into the lane. Throws up a running jumper, and it is deflected out of bounds by the Blue Streaks. So it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Ellington will inbound it for BW. He lobs it into Richardson. Richardson drives to the hoop. Gets it blocked, but he gets hammered by another Blue Streak as one got a clean shot on the ball. The other got him with the body. And that'll be Rayner, who's tagged with his third foul. Richardson will go to the line for 2. He's 1 of 2. Make it 1 of 3 on the night. Sean Collins comes in for the Blue Streaks. He'll replace Henry Rayner. Richardson's second attempt up, and it will rattle out, then off the backboard and in to cut the deficit to 11. Toppin the other way between the circles, now off right side. Out front to Collins. He fakes a three, now tries to drive. Kicks it out to Luke Frazier. Frazier calls for a screen, working against Ellington. Frazier pulls up from 15 on the baseline and got it. That's just an unbelievable move that he's been able to perfect here in the second half. That's the third time he's done it against Ellington. Ellington the other way. Hoists a deep three, left it way short. It's saved by Griffith into the hands of David Gentry. Gentry gives it to Toppin. Toppin into the front court. He'll step into a deep three. He'll make it, but you can wave it off as an offensive foul. It's called against David Gentry, and that's Gentry's 4th, as well as the 4th on the Blue Streaks. Already with Rayner at 3, having Gentry pick up his 4th means the Blue Streaks front court in a lot of foul trouble. Baskerville the other way. Drives from the right wing, and he draws a foul on his way to the hoop. It's against Brandon Rose. And Baskerville will go to the line to shoot 2. And the official who made that call is getting an absolute earful from Pete Moran, who was not pleased with that offensive foul call on Gentry that waved off a 3-point bucket from Chase Toppin. Nonetheless, Baskerville will be at the line to our right to shoot 2. He's 34 of 46 on the year, 73.9%, makes the front end of the 2-shot foul. McClarity checks in for Griffith for the Yellow Jackets. Gentry heads off, and he is spelled by Will Jontek of the Blue Streaks. Baskerville aims, fires, and completes the pair at the free throw line. A.J. Postello now comes in for Isaac Richardson. The Blue Streaks will lead it by 11, 65-54, with exactly 12 minutes left to go here in regulation. Toppin signals the play, and regains his dribble in the backcourt, brings the ball up between the circles, off right side, now to Collins. Over to Frazier on the left wing, and to Jontek in the post. Jontek backing down, Postello spins to his left, leaves it short. It's rebounded by Miles Reynolds. Reynolds gets it poked away, but it's to Baskerville. Baskerville into the front court, off left side. On the drive, gets in the lane. Out to Ellington, over to McClarity for 3 from the right wing. Off the mark. Rebound to Chase Toppin of the Blue Streaks. Topping out top. Looking for Rose, and it's deflected into the hands of Will Jantek, who goes up off the window and in. 67-54, Blue Streaks lead it by 13 at the 11:09 mark of the second half. The other way quickly, McClurdy on the drive, misses the layup. That was pretty contested by the Blue Streaks, and it's Frazier going the other way. Frazier on the low block, spins, throws up a jumper. It's no good. It's rebounded by Miles Reynolds. Reynolds into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. Drives to the left of the lane, spins in the lane. It's poked away, controlled by Postello. He gets tied up, and then it gets ripped away by Collins. Collins the other way now for the Blue Streaks, 3-on-2. Collins makes the basket, and he gets one more coming from the line as he was fouled on his way up. And it's Ray Ellington who picks up the foul. That's Ellington's second. That's the fifth on the Yellow Jackets. Aiden Fitzgerald and Casey Hunt come back for the Blue Streaks. And on for the Yellow Jackets is Braden Hamilton, who spells Miles Reynolds. Rose and Toppin will take seats for the Blue Streaks. Collins misses the free throw. And the and one attempt is rebounded by McClarty. He gives it off to Ellington. Ellington across the timeline, hands it to Baskerville. Baskerville off left side. Tries to split the double team, goes all the way to the hoop, loses a handle on it, keeps possession, out to Ellington for three from the right wing. Off the side of the rim and out, rebounded by Luke Frazier. Frazier gets it back from Jantek. On the drive, Frazier up off the window with the left-handed in. 71-54 is our score. The Blue Streaks lead it by 17. It's their largest advantage of the night. Under 10 minutes to play here in regulation. McClarty the other way, driving to the hoop. Kicks it into the corner to Baskerville. Feigns a three on the baseline drive, reverse layup, up and in. What a great play by Titus Baskerville, the fourth. Collins sends it off to Frazier, who dribbles back near the center circle. Dribbles off right side now. Onto the wing, steps into a three, buries it. 74-56. Luke Frazier having himself a ball game tonight. 23 points. He led the way with 10 at the half. Already with 13 in the second half, showing no signs of slowing down. Baskerville to Ellington, over to Hamilton on the right wing. Hamilton gets a screen and kicks it over to McClarty. McClarty on the right wing, steps back, fires up a three, he's off the mark, and a rebound will carry him out of bounds before he can get a hold of it. He will go over to the Blue Streaks. Reynolds returns for Baskerville. The Blue Streaks will hold with their five on the floor. Hunt, Collins, Fitzgerald, Jantek, and Frazier. Frazier running point. He hands off to Fitzgerald. It gets out to Collins. Now over to Hunt. Hunt into Jantek. Jantek puts it on the floor. Spins to his left, goes up off the window, and makes the contested shot. It's a 20-point advantage for the Blue Streaks. 76-56 with 8.5 left to play. Reynolds with the basketball. Draws a hedge. Now over to Hamilton. Hamilton gets bumped. Banks in a three after the whistle. It's no good. Nice try, though, by Braden Hamilton. And the Yellow Jackets will inbound the basketball along the sideline. Henry Rayner comes back for the Blue Streaks. He'll spell Sean Collins. Rayner with 3 fouls. Ellington takes the inbound pass. Dribbles off right side. It's a screen from Postello, gets all the way to the left. Sends it into the corner to Reynolds for 3, and he knocks it down for Baldwin Wallace. 76-59. Jackets trail the Blue Streaks with 8 minutes left in the second half. Fitzgerald enters it inside to Rayner. Rayner bodies up Ellington, spins to his left, kicks it out. It's Fitzgerald, or rather Frazier for 3, and Frazier knocks it down once more. to reinstate the 20-point lead for the Blue Streaks. Ellington driving all the way to the hoop. Gets it blocked by Rayner. It's rebounded by Frazier. Frazier quickly into the front court. Dishes it to Rayner. Rayner with the reverse layup, and it's in. 81-59. The Blue Streaks have opened this one wide with 7:20 to play here in the second half. Timeout on the floor. And while we have this break, want to remind you once more that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game is being brought to you by University Hospital's Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Ratudo and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying tonight's Yellow Jacket men's basketball game on BWYellowJackets.com. After tonight, the Blue Streaks of John Carroll will travel to Ohio Northern University for an OAC men's and women's doubleheader. They will tip it off at 3 p.m. at the ONU Sports Arena in Ada. The Yellow Jackets with possession of the basketball. It's Reynolds, Ellington, Baskerville, Hamilton, and Griffith on the floor. The Blue Streaks counter with Frazier, Yontek, Hunt, Toppin, and Rayner. The Yellow Jackets having some trouble holding on to the basketball, but they still keep possession. It's Baskerville into the corner to Hamilton for three. Got it. The three-point ball has been the best friend of the Yellow Jackets in this second half. It kept them close, but now the Blue Streaks starting to heat up. Frazier, as I say that, misses a three-pointer, and Reynolds gets the rebound, pushing the other way for Hamilton for three. Left it short, hustles after and gets his own rebound. Now to Reynolds. He'll hoist the three, and he knocks it down for Baldwin Wallace. 81-65. Blue Streaks lead it with 6:24 left to go here in the second half. After tonight, the Yellow Jackets will be on the road for a two-game stretch. They play an OAC doubleheader at Otterbein, and then they go to the ONU Sports Arena for a battle with the Polar Bears. Foul on, or rather, committed against the Yellow Jackets. Braden Hamilton picks up his third. It's the seventh on the Yellow Jackets, and Yontek will go to the line to shoot two. Yontek's first is up, and it is good. He's now 3 of 3 at the free throw line today. He's the third leading scorer for the Blue Streaks. Came in 40 of 58 from the line, 69%. He averages 12.9 points per game. Second attempt up, and it will rim in. 83-65. Blue Streaks lead it as we near the 6-minute mark left in this second half. Miles Reynolds with the basketball left side. Gives it to Hamilton on the left wing. Hamilton stutter steps, tries to drive baseline, kicks it back out to Reynolds. Reynolds from the left wing. Gets out top, fires up a three, left it short, sails out of bounds. Possession to the Blue Streaks. Rayner inbounds it to Chase Toppin. Toppin dribbles it into the front court, gives it off to Fitzgerald. Back to Toppin on the left wing, into Rayner. Rayner, hook shot with the right hand, and it's in. Henry Rayner is very difficult to defend when he's hitting shots like that. Baskerville dribbles off left wing, enters it inside to Griffith. He loses a handle on it, hits the deck, but it's taken away by Casey Hunt. Hunt to Toppin. Toppin the other way quickly. Enters it inside to Rayner. Rayner spins to his left, goes up with the reverse layup with the right hand, and it's in for the Blue Streaks. And one of the Yellow Jackets is down. It's Miles Reynolds who is down on the court. Kudos to Will Jantek for checking in on the Yellow Jacket. Jantek, one of the leaders for this Blue Streak team. Reynolds is up. And a little worse for wear as he will head off to catch his. Well, they're going to keep him on. The Yellow Jackets are, as Reynolds trying to walk off whatever is ailing him. And Hamilton catches the inbound pass and is immediately fouled by Casey Hunt. That's his first. That's the 7th. Rather check that, the 6th on the Blue Streaks, who lead it by 22. Baskerville into the front court off left wing. Sends it to Ellington. He hoists a 3 from the right wing. And in and out, no good. Rebound to Jantek. Jantek with a backwards pass to Toppin, and Toppin will walk it across the timeline. 4:48 left to go here in the second half. And the Blue Streaks with a 22-point advantage, looking to build on it here. Toppin from the left wing into Jantek. Jantek gets wrapped up by Andrew Griffith. And Will Jantek will go to the line for a 1-and-1 situation. Griffith picks up his 4th. That's the 8th on the Yellow Jackets. Jantek's front end of the 1-and-1, up and good. He will earn a second. Is on the way, and it rims out. It's rebounded by Braden Hamilton. Up the floor to Titus Baskerville, the 4th. He's into the front court, near sideline, off on the right wing. Baskerville into the corner to Ellington, out to Reynolds on the left wing. Reynolds dribbles it back between the circles. Hands off to Griffith. Griffith jump stops at the free throw line, gives it to Ellington on the left wing. Ellington spins to his right, kicks it out to Reynolds. 3 on the shot clock. Reynolds on the drive, goes up off the window and in. Hunt inbounds at the Toppin. Under 4 minutes left here in this second half. Toppin off left side. Out top to Jantek, back to Toppin. Into Rayner. Rayner working against Ellington into the corner. It gets reversed. Out to Hunt. Hunt on the dribble drive. High off the window and in. 90-67. Yellow Jackets trail the Blue Streaks. Hamilton the other way on the right wing. Sends it out front to Baskerville. Baskerville gets a screen from Griffith. Baskerville on the drive. Up off the window, no good, but he gets fouled. And I believe Brandon Rose will get called for it. He sailed by Baskerville, but caught him with a leg to the body on his way up. The front end of the 2-shot foul is up and good by Titus Baskerville, the 4th. Collins and Gentry come back to spell Rayner and Jantek. And then Brandon Rose will check in, or will check out, I should say, for Omar Abuhamda. Baskerville completes the pair from the free throw line. Jackets down by 21 with 3:20 to play. Abuhamda off right side. Dribbles into the key, gives it off to Toppin. Toppin into Gentry. Gentry working against Griffith, drives baseline. Enters it backdoor to Casey Hunt. What a pass from Gentry. What a cut and finish by Hunt. Baskerville dribbles to the right wing for the Blue Streaks. against the Blue Streaks, I should say. Excuse me, Reynolds, a 3 from the left wing. He's off the mark. It's rebounded by John Carroll. Toppin dishes it to Abu Hamda. Abu Hamda dribbles off to the right wing. Crosses up a defender. Thought about a 3, gives it to Gentry. Gentry hands back off. Now Abu Hamda will hoist from the top of the arc, and he'll knock it down for the Blue Streaks. They lead it 95-69 with 2:19 to go. Baskerville the other way to Ellington on the right wing for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound to Abu Hamda. And timeout on the floor by the Blue Streaks. It's a rolling timeout, so they can get a couple of more substitutions in. Chase Toppin and David Gentry will check out. And so will Sean Collins on the floor now. Mike Lamarand. Kyle Irwin. And George Wilson for the Yellow Jackets. It's number 5, Luke Driscoll. Number 0, Caden Madigan. Number 24, Caden Hudak. Shot is missed by the Blue Streaks. It's rebounded by Hudak. Hudak into the corner with the pass. It's Hamilton for 3. Got it. 95-72. Jackets trail with 1:45 left to play. Abu Hamda running point for the Blue Streaks. Dribbles to the top of the arc. Kicks it over to Irwin. Irwin on the drive. Into the corner it goes. To Lamarand. Now out to Wilson. Wilson to Lamarand once more. 4 on the shot clock. Lamarand over to Irwin. Irwin hoists a 3. Misses it. It's rebounded by Luke Driscoll. Driscoll into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. Gets a screen from Hudak. Another from Richardson. Gives it to Hudak right side. Hudak feigns the handoff. Now gives it to Madigan. Caden Madigan tries to drive baseline. It's shut off by Lamarand. Out to Richardson. Feigns a 3. He'll drive inside. Scoop shot up off the window and in. Rolling timeout called to get another substitution on the floor. Ryan Iapolo comes in for the Blue Streaks. And Braylon McClarty checks in for the Yellow Jackets. And seeing his first action today, Max Dickinson, a 5'11 sophomore guard from Medina and Brunswick High School. Abu Hamda will bring it up for the Blue Streaks. And driving attempt by John Carroll, no good. Put back attempt, also no good. It's rebounded by Luke Driscoll. Driscoll off on the left wing. Now to Madigan on the right wing. Madigan backs it out. The former Wadsworth Grizzly gets a couple of screens out top. Sends it over to Dickinson. Dickinson loses his footing, loses the ball. And then Driscoll tries to get it back for the Yellow Jackets, and he will. He dumps it down to Dickinson, and Dickinson gets the layup to go. The shot clock is off. The Blue Streaks will walk it into the front court, and they will claim a 95-76 win over the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Taking a look at the final scores on the evening. Luke Frazier led all scorers with 26. Will Jantek had 18. Henry Rayner had 12, as did Chase Toppin. Then Sean Collins had 8. And David Gentry finished with 7 for the Blue Streaks, leading the way in the rebounding category with 8 was Luke Frazier. He also dropped 4 assists, which tied with Toppin for the team lead. Frazier had 2 blocks and a steal. Henry Rayner led the way in blocks with 4. He also had 2 assists and 3 rebounds to go along with his 16 points. Leading the way for Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets with 22 points was Ray Ellington. Miles Reynolds finished with 20. Those were the two double-figure scorers for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets.
Take care. Say family tonight. We'll do you too, Karen.
With the 95-76 win over the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, the John Carroll University Blue Streaks improved to 12-4 overall. They are undefeated on the road at 6-0. They're 7-2 in Ohio Athletic Conference play and a perfect 4-0 in OAC road games. The Yellow Jackets fall to 7-9 overall, 4-6 at home, 3-6 in Ohio Athletic Conference play, and 2-4 in Ohio Athletic Conference home games. The John Carroll Blue Streaks will be in action on Saturday when they travel to Ada to play a men's and women's doubleheader against the Ohio Northern University Polar Bears. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will have an Ohio Athletic Conference doubleheader as they face off against the Otterbein Cardinals down in the Reich Center in Westerville. They'll try to get one step closer to the 500 mark when they take on Otterbein on Saturday afternoon. For everyone here at Baldwin Wallace, I'm Matt Florjancic saying thanks for listening and watching tonight's game. We'll see you down the road, and have a great evening, everybody. And as always, remember, go Jackets.